In a remote corner of Central Asia, nestled between winding rivers and jagged mountain ranges, there once existed a civilization so fleeting, yet so astonishing, that history itself seems to have hesitated before recording it. This was the Anau Kingdom, a city-state whose existence lasted barely 80 years. Yet, in that short span, it achieved remarkable feats in architecture, astronomy, governance, and trade. The story of Anau begins not with kings or battles, but with the land itself. The valley it occupied was a natural crossroads. Rivers brought fertile soil, allowing the cultivation of grains, fruits, and legumes, while mountain passes enabled trade and migration. Archaeological evidence suggests that long before Anau's founding, the region was dotted with small farming communities, each relying on seasonal knowledge of water, soil, and weather. Over time, these communities coalesced under a unified rule, forming a centralized society capable of large-scale engineering projects, urban planning, and cultural achievement. The kingdom's location was a key factor in its brief but intense prosperity. To the north, mountains provided natural fortification against invading armies, while to the south, sprawling plains allowed for expansive agriculture. Archaeologists have identified remnants of extensive canals and reservoirs, some stretching for miles, indicating sophisticated water management practices. These canals were not merely functional. They were designed with such precision that they maintained a stable flow of water even during seasonal shifts and occasional droughts. Such engineering suggests a population that possessed not only practical skills, but also deep knowledge of hydrology and environmental patterns. The fertile valley enabled a surplus of crops, which in turn supported artisans, traders, and scholars, creating a society that valued both production and intellectual pursuit. From the earliest days, Anau society was highly organized, with clear social stratification and defined roles. At the apex was a monarchy whose lineage is partially reconstructed from inscriptions and surviving tablets. The king or queen acted not only as a political leader but also as a religious figure, overseeing rituals that aligned the kingdom with celestial events. Below the monarchy was a council of nobles and military leaders, responsible for enforcing laws, directing trade negotiations, and maintaining security. The middle class was composed of merchants, artisans, and scholars, whose labor and knowledge fueled the kingdom's economy and culture. At the base of society were farmers, laborers, and craftsmen, whose efforts sustained daily life and made monumental projects possible. What is striking is the evidence that even commoners participated in religious and civic life, attending festivals, contributing to temple projects, and perhaps receiving basic education. Such integration likely fostered social cohesion and enabled Anau to flourish in ways that larger, longer-lived civilizations sometimes struggled to achieve. Anau's cultural sophistication was immediately apparent in its art, architecture, and written language. The kingdom's script, only partially deciphered, hints at a complex understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and law. Tablets recovered from ruins contained calculations, astronomical observations, and ceremonial records, suggesting that knowledge was systematically recorded and passed down. Temples and civic structures reveal architectural brilliance, with precise stonework, carefully calculated angles, and alignment to celestial bodies, such as the Stysis. Streets were arranged in logical grids, and open public squares facilitated markets, assemblies, and festivals. Pottery, jewelry, and decorative objects recovered from excavations display intricate craftsmanship, often incorporating symbolism tied to both the natural and spiritual world. The artifacts suggest a people who were not only technically skilled but also deeply invested in aesthetic and intellectual expression. The kingdom's economy was diverse and robust, reliant on agriculture, trade, and skilled labor. Grain stores, some capable of holding thousands of bushels, ensured that the population could survive shortages and allowed the kingdom to redistribute food to those in need. Trade networks extended far beyond Anau's borders, connecting the kingdom with distant regions across Central Asia. Coins, rare minerals, silks, and exotic spices have been found in excavations, reflecting both economic prosperity and cultural exchange. This trade network likely facilitated the spread of ideas, technologies, and cultural practices, further enhancing Anau's sophistication. Artisans' workshops produced standardized tools, weapons, and ornamental objects, demonstrating an early understanding of mass production and quality control. Music and performing arts were integrated into daily life, as indicated by recovered instruments, open-air theaters, and references in inscriptions, revealing a society that valued creativity alongside survival. Life in Anau was structured around the rhythms of nature, celestial events, and civic obligations. Agricultural cycles dictated the planting and harvesting seasons, while festivals and rituals provided both spiritual guidance and social cohesion. Temples, often constructed with astronomical precision, served as centers for religious observance and education. Priests and scholars monitored celestial movements, interpreting them to predict seasonal changes, agricultural planning, and political decisions. This intertwining of science, religion, and governance allowed the kingdom to function efficiently and to maintain order, even in the face of potential environmental challenges. The presence of schools or learning centers for the elite is suggested by the volume and complexity of surviving inscriptions, indicating that intellectual cultivation was highly valued alongside economic productivity. Despite its remarkable achievements, Anau was a kingdom defined as much by fragility as by ingenuity. Its geographic location, while advantageous, also made it vulnerable to environmental shifts. River courses could change, droughts could threaten crops, and isolated incidents of conflict could disrupt trade and social cohesion. Yet in its first decades, the kingdom thrived, expanding its population, consolidating power, and creating a cultural legacy that continues to fascinate historians today. The rapid rise of Anau, followed by its sudden and unexplained disappearance, provides a rare window into the fragility of human societies. How even the most sophisticated civilizations can vanish under the weight of natural, social, or unforeseen forces. Life in Anau was a carefully orchestrated balance between labor, learning, and leisure, a rhythm dictated by the seasons, the movements of the stars, and the demands of the community. Farmers awoke before dawn, tending to terrace fields where wheat, barley, and legumes flourished under the careful guidance of irrigation systems. Water was drawn from canals that twisted through the valleys with almost artistic precision, each channel regulated to ensure that every field received its share. Children accompanied parents to the fields, learning the subtle signs of weather, the timing of planting, and the secrets of nurturing the soil. Yet education was not limited to agriculture. Inscriptions and recovered teaching tablets suggest that children from elite families studied mathematics, astronomy, and writing from a young age, training for roles as scribes, priests, or advisors to the monarchy. Music, storytelling, and art were equally important, forming a foundation for communal life. Families gathered around simple instruments, singing songs of ancestry and cosmology, while public plazas hosted performances during festivals, blending entertainment with education and religious devotion. The artisans of Anau held a revered place within the society. In small workshops tucked along narrow streets, potters, weavers, metalworkers, and sculptors transformed raw materials into objects of both beauty and utility. Pottery vessels, engraved with geometric patterns or images of animals, served daily needs yet also carried symbolic meaning. Jewelry, crafted from semi-precious stones and metals, was worn not only as decoration, but as a marker of social status, spiritual protection, or civic identity. Metal tools and weapons were produced with meticulous care, often standardized to ensure reliability and efficiency. Evidence suggests that some artisans passed their skills through apprenticeships, creating multi-generational traditions of craftsmanship. Markets thrived with these creations, alongside goods imported from distant regions, silks from the east, rare minerals from the north, and exotic spices that hinted at a wider world beyond the valley. Trade was both economic and cultural, introducing new ideas and innovations that were integrated into Anau's society. Religion and ritual were interwoven into every aspect of daily life. Temples dominated city centers, constructed with precise alignment to the sun and moon, reflecting the kingdom's advanced understanding of astronomy. priests performed ceremonies that synchronized agricultural activity with celestial events, interpreting the positions of planets and stars as signs guiding political decisions, planting cycles, and communal festivals. Some temples contained chambers whose purpose remains unclear, rooms that may have been reserved for esoteric rituals or the preservation of sacred knowledge. Music, dance, and offerings were central to these observances, bringing communities together in shared spiritual practice. Archaeological evidence hints at the use of incense, ceremonial clothing, and intricate carvings, all designed to elevate ritual experiences and reinforce communal identity. Festivals punctuated the calendar, celebrating seasonal milestones, historical events, and cosmic alignments, blending joy, devotion, and social cohesion into memorable spectacles. Amidst this thriving society, however, small anomalies and unexplained artifacts hint at mysteries that confound modern researchers. Tablets containing astronomical observations include symbols that do not match any known system, suggesting knowledge or practices that were lost with the civilization. Some ceremonial objects appear to serve no practical purpose, their design so intricate that their function remains speculative. Scholars have debated whether these items held symbolic, ritual, or educational significance, but no consensus exists. Even the layout of certain neighborhoods raises questions. Clusters of buildings with peculiar orientations, streets that seem to defy the logic of standard urban planning, and hidden chambers beneath temples suggest that Anau may have contained secrets meant only for a select few. The combination of advanced knowledge, unexplained artifacts, and unusual architecture paints a picture of a society with layers of complexity that extend beyond the ordinary. A people whose intellectual and spiritual pursuits were as ambitious as their physical constructions. Daily life in Anau also reveals glimpses of human emotion, ambition, and resilience. Children played in narrow alleyways and courtyards, weaving sticks and clay into toys that mirrored the world around them. Farmers laughed and argued over crops, celebrating small victories when rain came at the right time and mourning when floods or drought threatened their livelihood. Scholars debated astronomical observations late into the night, tracing the movement of planets across parchment, while priests chanted ancient prayers. Artisans competed for recognition, attempting ever more intricate works of pottery or metal, each creation a testament to personal skill and communal pride. Rulers and administrators navigated the delicate balance of justice, resource distribution, and diplomacy, aware that their decisions could secure prosperity or hasten decline. Within these ordinary, human stories lies the heartbeat of a society alive with ambition, creativity, and the everyday struggles that define civilizations everywhere, yet now preserved only in ruins, artifacts, and faint echoes of history. Trade, both local and distant, played a central role in shaping Anau's culture and identity. Caravan routes connected the kingdom to distant valleys and cities, bringing merchants who introduced new materials, technologies, and ideas. Items such as bronze tools, rare woods, and exotic textiles indicate not only wealth, but a willingness to integrate external influences into daily life. Similarly, cultural practices, artistic motifs, and even culinary techniques may have traveled along these routes, subtly influencing local traditions. Such exchanges created a cosmopolitan atmosphere that elevated Anau beyond a simple agricultural settlement. Its citizens were aware of a broader world, learning from outsiders while preserving unique aspects of their identity. This blend of insularity and openness allowed innovation to flourish, yet may have also made the society dependent on fragile trade networks, an element that could have contributed to its sudden vulnerability. As Anau matured, the kingdom faced challenges that tested its resilience. Environmental pressures, political tensions, and the demands of maintaining complex social structures required careful management. Scholars suggest that minor disputes between noble families, disagreements over succession, or regional rivalries may have subtly undermined stability. Even as prosperity appeared secure, hidden fractures within the society could have sown seeds of future disruption. Archaeologists note variations in construction quality and resource distribution that hint at social stratification tensions or uneven wealth. Despite these underlying vulnerabilities, for a time, the kingdom seemed impervious, achieving remarkable feats of engineering, art, and governance that left contemporaries and modern observers in awe. The mysteries of Anau extend beyond material artifacts into the intangible realm of human experience. Inscriptions hint at philosophical debates, religious contemplations, and reflections on mortality, though many remain undeciphered. Some tablets reference events or celestial phenomena in ways that do not align with known astronomical data, suggesting that either the society observed unique events or recorded information lost to us. Ritual objects, ceremonial attire, and temple carvings contain patterns and symbolism that continue to puzzle scholars, hinting at layers of meaning that were likely accessible only to an initiated few. Even the layout of the city, with its hidden chambers, irregular streets, and carefully oriented public spaces, suggests that Anau's leaders and planners embedded messages or functionality into structures that remain partially unreadable to this day. These subtle mysteries imbue the ruins with a haunting quality, a civilization at once tangible and elusive, alive in detail, yet forever beyond full comprehension. Despite the vibrancy and sophistication of the Anau Kingdom, the question that has captivated historians for centuries remains: why did this remarkable civilization disappear so suddenly? Archaeological evidence paints a picture of a society that was thriving one moment and utterly abandoned the next, leaving homes, workshops, and temples intact but eerily empty. One leading theory centers on environmental catastrophe. Geological studies suggest that during the late 5th century BCE, the region experienced significant climatic shifts. Sediment analysis from the rivers surrounding Anau indicates fluctuations in water flow, with periods of drought followed by sudden flooding. Fields that had once yielded abundant harvests may have become unreliable, undermining the kingdom's agricultural foundation. Archaeologists speculate that successive crop failures could have triggered food shortages, forcing families to abandon their homes in search of more hospitable lands. Yet what is particularly perplexing is the apparent organization of this departure. Personal belongings, wealth, and even ceremonial objects were often left behind, suggesting either extreme haste or a decision to leave with the expectation of returning, a return that never happened. Another prominent theory involves disease, an invisible but potent force that has ended countless civilizations. Skeletal remains uncovered in burial sites show signs of malnutrition and physiological stress, yet evidence of specific pathogens remains elusive. Some scholars hypothesize that a rapidly spreading epidemic, possibly introduced via trade routes connecting Anau to distant regions, decimated the population, with trade networks providing both goods and human contact. Contagious illnesses could have moved swiftly, overwhelming the city's ability to respond. Written records, though fragmentary, make subtle references to plagues and unusual mortality events, hinting that disease may have played a role alongside environmental stress. Unlike wars or invasions, disease would leave few dramatic marks on the city's structures, explaining why homes, temples, and treasures were left undisturbed. The theory aligns with broader patterns observed in other short-lived civilizations, where epidemics often accelerated decline in societies already facing ecological or social pressures. Invasion, while frequently proposed, presents a more complicated picture. Weapons and defensive fortifications have been discovered in some Anau sites, yet evidence of mass slaughter or systematic destruction is minimal. Scholars argue that if an invading force played a role, it may have done so indirectly, disrupting trade, imposing tribute demands, or destabilizing political structures without launching a full-scale conquest. Alternatively, Anau may have faced internal rebellion or conflicts between noble factions that weakened central authority, leaving the city vulnerable to external pressures or internal collapse. Inscriptions hint at political disputes and legal decrees that suggest tension within the ruling elite, though much remains open to interpretation. The combination of environmental stress, disease, and political instability may have created a perfect storm, culminating in the abrupt disappearance of the city's population. Adding to the intrigue are the stories of archaeologists who have uncovered anomalies that defy easy explanation. Excavations of residential areas revealed homes with intricate storage systems, including hidden compartments that contained ritual objects and unexplained artifacts. In one instance, a team discovered a set of tablets carved with astronomical symbols that do not correspond to known celestial phenomena, suggesting knowledge of events or cycles that remain mysterious. Another excavation unearthed what appeared to be a musical instrument with a construction unlike any found elsewhere in the ancient world, raising questions about its purpose and origin. Such discoveries hint at a civilization whose technical and cultural sophistication may have exceeded what contemporaries and even modern scholars expect from a society of its size and duration. The architecture of Anau itself contains anomalies that continue to puzzle researchers. Some temples and administrative buildings are aligned with precision to solstices and lunar cycles, while others are oriented in patterns that appear intentionally irregular. Scholars debate whether these irregularities were symbolic, functional, or perhaps designed to encode secret knowledge. Certain streets wind unpredictably, forming what might be ceremonial pathways, processional routes, or hidden passages known only to a select few. Underground chambers, partially excavated, suggest storage for sacred texts, ceremonial objects, or even mechanisms whose function is unknown. The combination of predictable astronomical alignment with seemingly chaotic design elements implies that Anau's builders intentionally embedded layers of meaning into the city's layout, meanings that may never be fully understood. Artifacts themselves carry haunting stories. Jewelry featuring intricate inlays, ceremonial robes with patterns of unknown significance, and pottery adorned with abstract symbols hint at spiritual or philosophical practices lost to time. Some tablets include sequences that appear numerical but fail to correspond to any known system, while others hint at cosmological concepts that predate or differ from neighboring civilizations. Music, too, seems to have been a powerful medium, with instruments designed to produce tones not easily replicated elsewhere. Each discovery reinforces the sense that Anau was a civilization operating on multiple intellectual and cultural planes, simultaneously practical, spiritual, and scientific, yet it all vanished within a single human lifetime. The human element adds further layers to the mystery. Stories from excavators describe finding children's toys, cooking vessels, and personal items left behind, as though families had departed in a single day. Scholars imagine the anxiety and confusion of citizens witnessing failing crops, disease, or political upheaval, unsure of the future but compelled to flee. Perhaps merchants abandoned caravans in fear, priests left temples unfinished, and rulers vanished with their advisors, leaving a city that was, for a brief moment, frozen in time. These tangible remnants of daily life, mundane yet intimate, serve as powerful reminders that history is ultimately a human story, even when its characters vanish without explanation. Even centuries later, the kingdom's disappearance continues to intrigue historians because of the contrast between Anau's sophistication and its abrupt demise. In other civilizations, decline is often gradual, marked by economic contraction, population decrease, or incremental loss of cultural practices. Anau, by contrast, seems to have been a vibrant, technologically advanced, and culturally rich society, thriving at its peak, only to vanish almost instantaneously. This stark departure from the expected pattern raises questions not only about what happened, but about the fragility of civilizations, the vulnerability of human societies to natural and social forces, and the enduring mysteries that remain even after centuries of research. Even after its disappearance, the Anau Kingdom left traces that ripple through history, hinting at its influence on surrounding civilizations. Scholars have noted similarities between Anau artifacts and objects found in nearby regions, suggesting that, despite its brief existence, knowledge of metallurgy, craftsmanship, and astronomical observation may have spread beyond the valley. Pottery designs with geometric motifs appear in settlements hundreds of miles away, While certain musical scales and ceremonial practices bear uncanny resemblance to traditions in distant cultures, while no direct records confirm this transmission, it is plausible that traders, refugees, or itinerant scholars carried fragments of Anau knowledge into neighboring societies, subtly shaping their development. The very brevity of Anau's existence may have contributed to its mystique, making its innovations more remarkable precisely because they were achieved within such a short lifespan. Legends and myths surrounding the vanished kingdom persist, sometimes blending history with folklore in ways that challenge conventional understanding. Local stories speak of a city that vanished overnight, leaving echoes in the mountains and rivers, a place where whispers of past inhabitants could still be heard in the wind. Certain rock carvings, discovered in nearby valleys, depict figures and symbols strikingly similar to Anau iconography, though their precise meaning remains unclear. Some narratives describe celestial events interpreted as portents of the kingdom's fate, suggesting that even contemporary observers may have sensed the fragility of Anau's civilization. These myths, while unverifiable, reinforce the kingdom's reputation as both real and enigmatic, a place where tangible achievements coexist with intangible mysteries. Archaeological anomalies continue to fuel speculation about the unknown. In addition to unexplained inscriptions, researchers have uncovered structures whose purpose is still debated. Some chambers, partially underground, may have served ceremonial or observational functions. Others contain artifacts that defy conventional categorization. For example, a series of small carved stones found in a temple complex appear to form a sequence or pattern, yet no known numerical or astronomical system fully explains their arrangement. Instruments recovered from workshops suggest the production of sounds beyond the range of typical musical scales, implying experimental or ritual use. These elements, combined with the kingdom's sudden disappearance, create a sense that Anau possessed knowledge and practices that have been lost to time. Tantalizingly close, yet permanently elusive, the human stories embedded in Anau's ruins continue to resonate. Archaeologists have uncovered the remains of children's toys carefully crafted from clay, miniature figurines, and games that suggest both creativity and the transmission of cultural values to younger generations. Jewelry and personal adornments indicate a society that valued individual expression and status, while ritual objects reveal the importance of spirituality and social cohesion. Scholars often reflect on the paradox of these intimate traces. They convey everyday life and human warmth, yet they coexist with the cold, empty spaces of abandoned homes and temples. In imagining the lives of Anau's inhabitants, farmers tending their fields, artisans shaping metal and clay, priests observing the stars, one gains a sense of the depth and richness of a civilization that, while short-lived, was vibrant and profoundly human. As historians attempt to reconstruct Anau's story, the kingdom serves as a powerful reminder of the fragility of human societies. Its rise demonstrates the remarkable heights that human ingenuity can achieve, while its sudden disappearance underscores the vulnerabilities inherent in even the most sophisticated civilizations. Environmental pressures, disease, political instability, and social dynamics converge in ways that can lead to unexpected collapse. The story of Anau challenges assumptions about the inevitability of civilization's endurance, illustrating that brilliance and vulnerability often coexist. Even in ruins, the kingdom continues to teach, fascinate, and inspire, offering lessons about resilience, adaptation, and the enduring power of human creativity. For modern audiences, the mystery of Anau is more than an academic curiosity. It's a story of wonder, caution, and imagination. What truly happened to this vanished civilization may never be fully known. Yet the artifacts, inscriptions, and structures that remain allow us to glimpse a society that was intellectually advanced, culturally rich, and deeply human. Each ruined temple, each abandoned home, each strange artifact invites questions that transcend time. How did they conceive such precise astronomical knowledge? What drove their social cohesion and creativity? Why did they leave everything behind? And what lessons can contemporary society draw from their fate? These questions linger, as compelling today as they must have been for the kingdom's last inhabitants, offering an enduring connection between the past and our present curiosity. In conclusion, the Anau Kingdom stands as both a testament to human achievement and a cautionary tale about impermanence. It is a civilization frozen in time, offering glimpses of brilliance through ruins and relics, yet retaining secrets that defy full understanding. Its story compels us to reflect on the interplay between innovation, environment, and human society, reminding us that even the most sophisticated civilizations are not immune to sudden change. The vanished streets, silent temples, and mysterious artifacts form a narrative that is both tangible and enigmatic, a story that invites exploration, contemplation, and imagination. Perhaps one day, new discoveries will shed light on the kingdom's final days, but until then, Anau remains a hauntingly beautiful reminder that history is never fully complete, and that some mysteries endure waiting for those curious enough to uncover them.